They've been anticipating this matchup for 7 months.
Referees, Jim Jogashu tossing the ball. Ed Middleton is working partner, and the alternate is Ralph Lembo. Remember, Jimmy, the game is a game of fouls tonight. Anybody that gets in trouble, that could be the ball game.
All right, the Sixers in the red uniforms, the Celtics in the familiar white and green. Collins against Ford, that matchup there. Archibald will be going against Cheeks. Inside, Dawkins over Cowens. Misses the roll. Lead on to Dave Cowens. And out of tiny Archibald, Cheeks picks him up defensively. Bird is guarded by Irving. Collins on Ford. Dawkins on Cowens. Maxwell and Caldwell Jones. Collins on the outside. Tiny Archibald. Now here's Bird against Dr. J. J knocked it away. Ford picked it up on the run. Chris Ford on the run. And the Celtics draw first blood. 2-0 Celtics.
You'll see Chris Ford throw what seems to be an off-balance squirt shot, but he hits it with great regularity.
Cheeks now trying to penetrate against Archibald. Mo misses, lead on again to Collins. And out of Archibald. Tiny up the lane, lays it off Maxwell outside. Collins, 17-footer, bullseye!
That's the play we were talking about. He'll be there all the time, and if they have any trouble under the basket, they'll throw it out to him and he'll hit it.
Celtics lead 4-0. Collins now working on Ford, won't let him inside. Nice pass, Cheeks. Collins, his third rebound. Maxwell made a good defensive play that time. Ford loses it, and the loose ball picked up by Jones. Maurice Cheeks. You see Boston challenging those guards right away. They don't want them to run easily. Dr. J. Julius Irving gets Philly's first 2 points of the game, and it's Boston 4 and Philly 2. Ford. Collins open again. And underneath the basket, Cornbread Maxwell is backing into Caldwell Jones, trying to get position on the offensive board, and Joe Gashu made the call.
First on the Celtics.
$9:53 to play, first period. Celtics 4, Philly looking for the tie. They have 2. Dawkins. He's got to get closer than that. He's got to get closer than that, Richie.
Well, it's not a good shot. He's not doing what he did, as you said last week. He's not squaring to the basket. Cowens, by the way, Cowens got his 4th rebound on that last miss.
Dr. J is tied the game. So Julius Irving makes it 4-4. And the good doctor has had just an unbelievable all-around year. Inside, Maxwell, this is where he likes to operate. Tough shot. Tough shot, Caldwell. Jones was there, Richie, and he still got it down.
609 was his shooting percentage, and he shoots from inside of 10 feet all the time.
Jay. Collins batting the rebound over, and the foul is going to be
33.
Larry Bird. Up by 2. Sixers looking for a tie. Collins behind the back for Dawkins, and a jump ball. A jump ball.
A little quick call, but you don't know what's going to happen with the 2 big guys around. You don't want anybody diving. It's a safe call and a good call, because that's that quick reaction by a referee that could prevent a melee from occurring. And it should be Dawkins against Cowens. It is.
Dawkins got the tip, but Celtics got the ball. Tiny Archibald. Billy Cunningham strolling off that Philly bench, watching the action. Ford bobbled it, got it back at a block by Dawkins. The release to Mo Cheeks. They've got Dr. J driving. Great pass. Inside, Caldwell Jones. And now a loose ball foul is going to be called against Caldwell Jones over the top.
Jim, the pass out was forced by Cowens challenging Dr. J on the drive. Forced him under the basket. He couldn't do anything with it and fired it out.
It's amazing he even got it to his man. But again, good interior defense for the Celtics. Both clubs play good team defense, Richie.
They won't let a man penetrate without being unchallenged most of the time.
Larry Bird. And it's 8-4 the Celtics. I think what we mean by good team defense is that when a man comes free or starts, it doesn't matter whose man it is, somebody picks him up. Jay forced again, and this time he made a bad pass. 8-4 the Celtics. Bird to the fake. Almost carried. And knocked out of bounds by Bird and Cornbread Maxwell.
Billy Cunningham wanted what would be a palm or a carrying violation. It would have been had he put it back to the floor, but he did not dribble it again, so it's nothing.
All right, Lionel Hollins. Dr. J guarded by Bird. Looking inside. Dawkins thinking about the jump shot again. He hasn't got one down yet. Takes on Collins. Forced it, and he made it. Collins was right in his face that time. The other jumpers that he missed, he had pretty legitimate room to hit it. This time he's got a man in his face, and he knocks it in the net. 8-6. Celtics. Steal. This should tie the game. Lionel Hollins, and it's 8-8. Of course, Elgin Baylor, they say, Richie, when you gave him an open shot, he was less dangerous than when you got somebody up in his face. He almost needed that pressure on his body to concentrate and shoot well.
There have been many around that are like that.
Collins with the right hand, and the Celtics take a 10-8 lead.
Great move. He went the opposite way on Darrell and was by him before he could react.
Jay now, he has Bird inside. He got rid of it to Dawkins. Inside Caldwell Jones. His jump hook is rebounded by Bird on the run. Good pass to Maxwell. And Cornbread is fouled by Dawkins. Foul Florida State. All right, Cheeks against Archibald. 4-point Celtic lead.
No basket.
And before the shot, foul call.
Number 42, Chris Ford.
Chris Ford.
That's his first foul.
That's 1 on Ford. 3 team fouls, the Celtics. Philly has 2. Irving against Bird goes.
Julius Irving.
And Julius Irving again hits the outside shot. He's hit 3 of those outside shots. For all 6 of his points, the Celtics by 2.
He hit each of them in a different way. He hit the first one clean from the right. He banked one from the right and hit that one from the left straight in.
Collins with Dawkins. Left-handed hook. And here comes Collins running. Philly looking for a tie and a whistle and a foul. A foul. Collins was fouled as Philly pushed it up the court with that long rebound off the Collins miss.
He had Tiny Archibald on a reach-in.
Irving to Dawkins. The game is tied. So Dawkins has hit a couple of jump shots now after missing his first 3. It's 12-12. Archibald penetrating, missed the shot. Caldwell Jones a rebound to Dr. J. Now Philly looks for the lead. Bird with a great steal. Quick hand-eye coordination by Larry Bird. Archie, the board. And the Celtics go up by 2, 14-12.
A good steal by Bird took the little onus off Tiny Archibald, who drove to a place where he shouldn't have been and was looking for a foul and just squirted it up. Not a good play by Tiny.
And Richie, we'll get that in a second. Here's Irving again to tie the game at 14. Bird also stole the bounce pass, which is a lot more difficult to steal than a pass up around your eyes, where it's easier to get to the ball. That shows you his great hand-eye coordination. He had to reach down and steal that ball. It was great anticipation as well, and he has that. Great instinct. Ford thought about a 3-point shot. Bird has it knocked away nicely by Cheeks. Cheeks made the play. Back to Cheeks from Irving, and Cheeks, a reverse layup, is partially blocked by Collins. 14 all, and a steal by Irving away from Bird out of bounds. So all-out basketball here as we expected.
End-to-end action.
4:20 to play in the first period. charge against Archibald. Actually, there were two men that had set up in there. They both had their feet planted, and Archibald knocked him over. A good call.
Well, that's what he was up to before. That's his second foul, offensive foul, and the next foul they commit defensively will be a penalty.
2 fouls on Archibald. Mo Cheeks inside for Caldwell Jones, and there's Chris Ford alertly knocking it away and out of bounds.
If you watch Ford, you'll see him playing defense all over. He'll leave his man and try to steal balls all over the area around the basket.
So Dawkins threw up an air ball that time. Another thing I've noticed, Richie, is that I think part of Philadelphia's attack tonight is getting Caldwell Jones with Maxwell. I think they feel that Caldwell Jones can score on Maxwell. 3-point shot by Bird bounces over the top.
As we described before.
First substitute, and he's going to come in for Dawkins, so Caldwell Jones will move in the middle now. Collins probably will be playing him. Dr. J. Maxwell with the rebound. Tie game at 14. 3:23 to play in the first period. Bird for Collins.
Beautiful.
Jones running. Collins made the play and then loses the ball out of bounds off Boston. Off the Celtics.
Good call off Bird's heel. Bobby Jones made a super defensive move, stayed off Collins' right shoulder and just moved in as the pass was lobbed in and not fired in.
Bobby Jones, a pass to Caldwell Jones, and they call offensive foul.
That's an offensive foul on number 11.
Good call. You've got to expect to bump into a white shirt. Caldwell never saw him. We'll have the replay on it. We'll see Caldwell. The ball will bounce off his fingertips, and there's Ford right there, and he crashes into him, and a call by Kashu, offensive foul.
3:05 to play first period, tie game at 14. Brad Maxwell inside. Hosts Seattle tonight in Milwaukee later on this evening. A Milwaukee win would put them into the conference finals against LA. The Lakers are waiting for the winner of that one. Forward and the inside, and the Celtics lead by 2 again.
That's the non-rotation squirt. But it goes in, we keep saying it.
Ford doesn't look too pretty, but he gets the job done. That's why it reminds me so much of Larry Siegfried.
Yep.
Siggy was the same kind of player. Ramsey, the same kind of player. Didn't look pretty, got it done. Cheeks.
Maurice Cheeks.
And Maurice Cheeks with a pretty looking jump shot. Great form, and it's 16 all. Maxwell. It's a charge. Good position by Bobby Jones. One of the reasons Jones is such a fine defensive player is he knows
76ers have not yet had the lead. They could take it for the first time right here.
16 all. Bobby Jones against Maxwell, driving with a hook shot,
Great.
rebounded by Irving. Great rebound.
Boom.
And Caldwell Jones, and the best display of offensive rebounding that time by Philadelphia, gives him the lead at 18-16. Forward on the outside. Rebound, Cornbread Maxwell, and he is fouled by, Bobby Jones in the first period. Collins and Ford. Bird overplaying Jay, he couldn't get the ball. Archibald with 3 fouls on Cheeks. Bobby Jones goes with a jump shot and misses. Bird a rebound. Archibald. Collins guarded by Caldwell Jones. Bird guarded by Irving. Larry Bird missed from the outside. Caldwell Jones a rebound and a release to Cheeks. Nice pass to Jones. Bobby Jones, one of the best running forwards in basketball, has given Philadelphia a 2-point lead.
At 6'9", he really goes up and down. But remember what we were talking about, the right side. Watch that right side on the fast break for the 76ers.
Cornbread inside, tried to force a pass through to Bird, but Caldwell Jones alertly came off Collins and knocked it away. That's good team defense.
You have 9 seconds on the 24-second clock.
Archibald, tied the game. Tiny Archibald, it's his first jumper down. 20-20 game with 47 seconds to play in the first period. We expected a world war, we're getting it. Offensive foul on Cheeks as he took it right to Collins and foul Collins as he knocked it in. Dr. J arguing with Joe Gushu.
We're going to watch them. Remember that it's what the defense does wrong, and Collins does nothing wrong. He's in good position. He goes straight up in the air, and the momentum carries him in. The Bird scored.
As we're back to live action, Larry Bird makes it a 22-20 game. Boston on top with 25 seconds in the first period. 12 seconds on the shot clock, 21 on the game clock. Irving, tough shot. Blocking foul on Bird. He did not establish position. Celtics get for a last shot. Bibby's on Archibald. They give him the baseline because he's got help over there. He goes the other way. Ford, a three-point shot. Bird, a rebound, and a basket, and he's fouled. Bird, tremendous instinct for the out. Bibby and Lionel Hollins, the back line. Bobby Jones is on ML Carr.
Each team has substituted once. Twice, rather, for Philadelphia.
Collins walking. I'll tell you what set that up. Collins had a step on Caldwell Jones, but Hollins knocked the dribble away and kind of messed up his steps, and he ended up walking. But a good play by Lionel Hollins, who's an outstanding defensive player. Hollins. Celtics by 3. We start the second period. Bibby, Dr. J, ML Carr on J, and Dr. J hits his fourth jump shot. 25-24, the Celtics by 1, Rich. 10 for Dr. J. Check it.
12.
12 for Dr. J. Bird open.
Banked it in. He hadn't been shooting the rim well, so he decided to go for the backboard. Now you can see what they say about him is true. He thinks.
Hollins got the roll that time. 27-26, Celtics by 1. Archibald misses. The long rebound came to Ford. Back to Archie on the right for Bird. Good defense by Dr. J. Collins. Dave Collins. And it's 29-26. The Celtics by 3 again. 10:41 to play in the first half. Collins moved the pivot foot. He traveled. You can move one foot. You can't move them both. Right, Rich?
Not simultaneously. Owens has been in the whole game so far. Oh, what a move.
Great spin.
Too bad.
Rebound came off Dawkins. They scrambled for it. Dawkins
He's going to have a foul.
and I believe they're going to get,
And I believe you're going to have a backcourt foul, too.
they may get Collins. So they got 1 out of 3 from the foul line. Celtics by 2. Ford looking on the inside. Now here's ML Carr. He can't get inside. Dawkins switched on him, and Archibald goes. Rebound, Dr. J. Here's J running and fouled in the backcourt by ML Carr. Points tie game. Maravich and Archibald now the back line. Collins. Maravich lost the ball. Archibald picked it up. Irving backed it away from Bird, who got it to Carr. Missed it. And Collins knocked it in. And the Celtics go up by 2.
A great pass by the Bird to hit ML coming in. And if you watch the far side of the court, you'll see ML Carr walking knee to knee with Dr. J. He's going to keep him in his eyesight all the time, and I mean eyeball to eyeball.
They put Ford on Bobby Jones. They get it to Bobby Jones, who shoots it over Bird. And a rebound, a loose ball foul on Dr. J. On Julius Irving. That, I believe, will be 2 on Dr. J. On the USA Sports Network. Hope you're enjoying the excitement of NBA playoff basketball. Celtics in the white uniforms, trimmed in green. If you're just tuning our way, Philly in red. We're in Boston. Maravich threw it up and drew an offensive foul. No argument from Pete.
Bad position, no chance to shoot the ball, try to get a break and didn't. Good call.
Boston's Richie, they won 13 world championships. They've been the most successful playoff team in the history of the game. And now a whistle, and a foul is going to be called against
ML Carr, I believe, underneath, had to go to the goal on Maravich if he gets a chance.
Bobby Jones is open. ML Carr with a fine rebound. Carr wants to run. Archibald deflected by Bobby Jones and off Bibby out of bounds. Richie, I was starting to say, despite their great record, the Celtics playoff records, that 4-game sweep of Houston, which they pulled off last week, well, actually the first part of this week, it was completed. It's the first time they have swept a playoff series 4 straight since they beat the Lakers back in 1959.
Well, am I supposed to be impressed that
No.
you remembered that?
I didn't. I just read it. Remembered it. I wasn't even born in 59. There's Collins from the outside. And little Mo Cheeks with a rebound. The Celtics by 2. Here comes Philly. 8:18 to play and a half. Bibby for Dawkins. Pushed by Collins. Fans want Darryl to shoot, so he does. And a rebound to Bird. And now to Archibald. Boston by 2 with the basketball. 8 minutes and 2 seconds to play in the half. Bird inside Maravich. Missed it, but was fine. At halftime, Richie will be talking to M.L. Carr in an interview we recorded just before the game. Interesting guy. And again, one of the people that's had a lot to do with the Celtic resurgence. Now here's Cheeks. This is good defense, and now
Got
a
a
foul.
pick.
Archibald trying to make it 5. Got it to Carr, and a block and a goaltending on Caldwell Jones.
In the cylinder.
Cheeks against Maravich. High post to Caldwell Jones, who almost walked. Now Dawkins. What a shot. Off the board, it came to Tiny, who was almost knocked down by Maravich, his own man. And M.L. Carr, this is coming through. Now it's Cheeks the other way, running 4-on-3. To Bobby Jones.
That wasn't a pass.
Dawkins walking.
I don't think that was a pass.
Well, Boston now is toasting the Celtics. It's a pass intended for Maxwell, knocked out of bounds by Cheeks. Well, what's happened is the Red Sox didn't win it last year. The Bruins have lost a couple games already to the Islanders, so now the hopes of the city are on these Celtics. Bird off the board to M.L. Carr. Bird is so smart. He really knows how to get position on the board. Maravich fakes the shot. Now over Bibby. Pistol Pete.
Bibby did a good job getting a hand up and forced Pete to move the ball slightly to the right, but his elevation was so good and control that he could still force it into the goal. That's 7 straight points for the Celtics, Jim. I think you're going to say the same thing.
Yes. All right, and with the ball now, it's Archibald as Bobby Jones went down to playing 5 against 4. Bird couldn't get to the baseline. Good defense by Caldwell Jones. Collins, they had Carr all alone underneath.
Good defense saved 2 points because Bird didn't see him, and then Collins did, and the good defensive hands went up. Mix and Dr. J coming back in. Bobby Jones is going
Mix
out.
coming in for the first time. Dr. J, who leads Philadelphia scoring with 14 points. In fact, they haven't scored a point since he was out, because he was in there when they had the 29th point. Maravich from the corner. Look at Bird. He's really hammered on the offensive board by Caldwell Jones. Dr. J with Bird in the backcourt. Nice pass to Cheeks. Open man is Bibby. Good defense by Maravich. And he's still hitting. Pete with great position that time, and Bibby still got it down. And
Ball does the same thing. He's getting a little frustrated, and he tries to penetrate, and the ball goes in too deep.
Now Cheeks is very quick. Tiny has to work to penetrate on him. All right, here's Roby in the game for the first time. Out to Larry Bird, a 3-point shot. And again, over the top, stays in play, and now a loose ball foul on ML. All right, Roby in the game for the first time. Inside to Bobby Jones, a nice fake by Bobby. And it's a 1-point Boston lead, and now it's been 6 straight Philadelphia points. 2 baskets by Bibby, and that one by Jones brings them back in the game. They were down by 7 just a few minutes ago. M.L. Carr thinking about the 3-point shot. Now to Roby, inside the Bird. He gets position, and he beat Bobby Jones.
Cunningham was yelling at Bobby because Bobby had let Bird go, but he was trying to protect the middle and then got back to him, but the Bird had him hung.
38-35 Boston. Caldwell Jones to Bobby Jones with a left hand. He missed it off Bird out of bounds.
I think Maravich knocked it away from Bird. It's either that or it hit Bird in the shoulder. He got Cornbread back in, Jim.
For Carr, who leaves with 3 fouls. Knocked away by Roby on the inbounds pass. Good play. Maxwell spinning. And that's his game on the inside. And the Celtics go up by 5 again. 40-35.
Maxwell now has 10.
Bibby.
In and out.
Around, and Bibby got it back. I'll tell you, Bobby Jones did a great. Seattle plays at Milwaukee later tonight. The defending world champions are on the brink of elimination. That gutty Milwaukee club. Here's Archie. Archibald, and the Celtics go up by 5. Here comes Cheeks pushing it forward. Cheeks now against Maravich, got where he wanted, got inside, missed his shot, Roby a rebound.
Maravich played it well. He took a step back and cut off that path to the goal.
Bird. And here comes Cheeks, the 3-on-2 break, takes the middle, trying to get it to Jones. What a play by Archibald. Archie stole it with the quick hands. Now Boston goes with Bird underneath Maxwell. A great fake and a reverse layup, and he's fouled. Should have 2:40 to play in the second period. Jones against Maxwell defensively. Bibby and Archibald underneath for Mix with Bird on him. Plays it out. Now Mix, who can really shoot it. Bibby got the rebound. Henry fakes and has a block by Maxwell. Got it inside to Dawkins. Great play. Bibby got it into the big guy, and it's 44-39. Celtics again by 5. Maravich with Bibby. Fiscal beat in his face.
He's shooting in with great confidence now. He takes that one move, and it doesn't take much of a jump, and it doesn't take much of an action just to get up and over Henry. Bibby again.
Henry Bibby, who's made some contribution off the bench. Henry now has 8 points, and the Celtics lead is 5 with 1:45 to play in the first half. 46-41 Boston. See Billy Cunningham up off the bench. And a whistle and a technical foul. Between them, these clubs have played 11 playoff games this year, and there's only been one loss. That was Atlanta beating Philly down in Atlanta in Game 3. Judkins misses. Dawkins with good position on Roby with 1:22. Celtics by 6. Mo Cheeks to Henry Bibby. Bibby against Maravich. Get it inside now. Mix goes from the outside and misses. And the rebound came long to Maravich. Pistol Pete got it to Roby. Roby underneath, kicked out of bounds by Dawkins. There wasn't anyone there. Actually, he thought Maxwell would be there, and Cornbread had moved back outside again.
Right.
So he's very lucky that Dawkins got in the way of that pass.
You have a kick ball. The ball's got to be put in play on the sideline. And you've got a 20-second injury for Henry.
Incredible. Archie now with 1 minute to play in the half. Jim Carvelis and Richie Powers on the Boston Garden. Maravich. Maxwell. He's fouled again. Lead the biggest margin, 8 points. Bibby penetrating and firing. Rebound to Mix. Muscled it up and missed it, and now the foul's going to be called with 35 seconds to play in the half. Stay tuned for Richie Powers talking to ML Carr in halftime. Judkins. 25 seconds. 7 on the shot clock. Maravich backed away. They're going to have to hurry to get the shot away. They're not going to get it away. Yes, they are. Oh! A 3-point shot. Judkins drew up a Hail Mary from 35 feet. And the luck of the Irish.
We are indeed.
First game of this best of 7. Celtics in Philadelphia. Bird inside to Archibald. And he is pushed and fouled by Mo Cheeks. Billy Cunningham didn't. Ford guarded by Hollins. Give you the matchups. It's Cheeks and Archibald. It's Dr. J on Bird. It's Dawkins and Collins. And it's Maxwell and Caldwell Jones. Bird got away from J. What a block by Dr. J. Ford picked up a loose ball. The rebound came off the hands of Bird to Hollins. Billy wants to run. And Jay puts it up off the board. Rebound to Collins. A left-handed release is tipped by Hollins to Maxwell. He got it in. Maxwell, tremendous body control again.
He really is amazing. He just doesn't seem to put out the supreme effort, run outside himself. He's under control, catches the ball at odd angles, and is able to squirt it up off the backboard.
Celtics by 10. Collins, and it's good, and it fouled. About fit that it's working out. Red seems to have regained his magic the last couple of years. At least the last year for sure. Ford missed it. Maxwell. Ford. Collins open. Moving around to the open man, Richie.
Guess what you said at the half, Jim, or while we were away. That is the Boston Celtic Ford getting the ball. It was saved superbly by Maxwell. He threw it out, and the ball came directly across from Ford to Cowens for the little short jump.
They play the half-court game better.
I think you got to.
We have 10:05 to play in the third period. Game 1 of the best of 7. Game 2 will be played here Sunday. Bird. Back to Bird. And that time, Dr. J got caught on a switch and no one helped him out with Larry Bird.
Bird, a normal, quote, ball player will have shot that ball right-handed. He had the ball in position left-handed and just tossed it up without even thinking of his right hand.
There's nothing normal about Bird. And the ball punched out by Cornbread Maxwell. It hit the support under the basket.
Got to go on the side because it's like going over the top.
Celtics by 10, Philly with a basketball. Dawkins got it to Dr. J. He's hit the outside shot tonight. He goes to Dawkins, trying to power. Bird got it from behind. Bird got it from behind. Here comes Archibald. Collins. Ford. Back to Bird. Left hand. Missed it, and Caldwell Jones with a rebound. Off to Dr. J. Pass deflected by Ford. Lionel Hollins. Hollins has hit it again. He's been their offense here in the second half. 58-50. Celtics by 8. Bird, he's going to try a three-point shot. Dawkins, a one-handed rebound. Jay, watch him. Wow, I'll tell you, that's how great he is. You know, you just fall asleep a second. Bird has kind of had his head turned, didn't see him right away, and that's all he needed was that split second, Richie.
You notice Dr. J is coming down the left side offensively now, which is rare for him.
Just miss these guys a second. Just give them a quarter step, and they'll burn you. Three-point try, Ford! Rebound, Caldwell Jones. Philly fighting back. They're down by 6 now. Here's Jay again. Pulls up. Boom! Side. Dr. J off the glass. And it's a 4-point game. And Bill Fitch says, hold up. Call time. And now they're down by only 4 now. They get it into Collins. Quick turn. Great move that time. Dawkins didn't expect that. And Collins with that quick turn to the basket got it down to give the Celtics a half a dozen point lead again at 60-54. They give Caldwell some room. Cornbread, he's just kind of laying off and helping out on anybody coming through. There's Hollins. Jay. Dr. J again. Julius Irving now has scored 20. 20 of the Philadelphia 56 points. They're down by 4 again. Philly is to Boston.
Hollins trying to put on a full court press. There's a good save by Dr. J.
Jay knocked the pass away. Now leads the break. Outside to Hollins, back to Jay. Away from the Bird steal, and now Bird off. A rookie guard from Virginia Commonwealth. He's quick. Irving. Missed it. Out to Henderson. Pass to Bird, a little too far for him, and picked off. Back to Jay. What a drive to the basket. Dr. J. Looked like he got on the step ladder and just kept climbing the steps over Collins, and it's a 2-point game now. The Celtics by only 2, 60-58. Phillies scored 8 of the last 10 points. Cornbread.
Offensive
foul on Maxwell. Maurice Cheeks was with a chance to tie now. They were down by 8 at the half.
Dr. J has the 8 of these last 76 points, and those are 8.
Looking for the tie. And he backed it in again. Dr. J using that backboard. 60-60 game with 6:11 to play, third period. You knew it was going to be a world war. Ford. Hollins gets on him. Chris Ford, a tough shot. Rebounded by Caldwell Jones to the running Mo Cheeks. Cheeks penetrates to Hollins, to Dawkins. What a shot. Daryl Dawkins trailing the play, and all of a sudden, Philly has a 2-point lead, and Bill, watch Major League Baseball every Thursday night on USA Sports, as well as NHL hockey. Collins. Henderson in the lane, spinning shot by Gerald is missed, batted around off Bird and Henderson. And now it's Hollins foul.
And it gave Philly a chance to turn around and get the momentum away from the Celtics.
Just can't go to sleep against a club as good as Philly. Not that Boston did it on purpose, but they had the 8-point lead. They were handling him, and all of a sudden they came back. And Maxwell takes a shot outside 2 feet, and that's an upset. Mo Cheeks. Philly by 2, and Mo Cheeks gets his own rebound and goes again and misses again, and Collins the next rebound. Boston looking for the tie. Dr. J, what a block. What a great block. Bird. He had to shoot it high over the block attempt by Jay, and he did, and tied the game at 64.
The Boston bench wanted a foul on Dr. J, but there was no foul. Bill Fitch is patting his stomach, but there was no way near a foul on that one.
Collins did a good job of getting away from the steal by Henderson, who's all over the court. Now Maurice Cheeks, a 3-point shot. Maurice Cheeks. And it's a 3-point lead for Philly again with 4:11 to play, third period. Maxwell inside with Caldwell. And now Ford on the drive is fouled. Chris Ford has drawn the foul by Hollins and Dr. J. Here's Hollins penetrating, had to play it out. Dawkins to Hollins, Caldwell Jones with Maxwell, and that jump hook shot by Caldwell Jones, and it's Philly again by 4 at 69-65, 3:33 to play, third period. We didn't mean to intimate that Kornbrad couldn't shoot it from the outside, but he hasn't been doing that because he doesn't have to. He gets so many shots inside. Here's Henderson off the iron. Rebound. There's Larry Bird. Larry Bird. Another offensive rebound. And it's a 2-point game now. Philly up.
Jones let him go because he's got 3 fouls. There was no reason to try to block it.
Bird had 4 offensive boards in the first half. He had 6 rebounds, 4 of them off the offensive board in the first half. Irving and Dr. J. He's been brilliant. Jay now with 24 points. 26,
I think.
6 points, right. Jay with a rebound. The Celtics by 4 and running is Philadelphia. Good play by Maxwell. And a loose ball foul on Hollins.
Third of the season.
Since they got Lanier. I believe they won 20 of the last 26 games with Mr. Lanier. Maxwell on the outside. Now Ford coming inside. Go to Henderson. Forced it up and drew the foul from Caldwell Jones. First game of the series is always important. Sort of sets the tone. Bobby Jones inside with Maxwell. Go to Dawkins. Dr. J again off the glass. Look at the rebound by Dawkins. That's the most determined rebound of the night. And it's a 5-point Philly lead. Henderson has done a marvelous job for this team off the bench. However, Richie, they're not the same team without Archibald out there. Ford. 5 seconds to shoot the ball. Henderson, desperation shot. And here's Jay running. Bird on him. Jay takes him right to the basket. What a move. Unstoppable drive by Dr. J. 7-point Philly lead, their biggest lead of the game. A minute 17 to play in the third period. Henderson. Philly all of a sudden is taking Boston's half-court foul against Boston, so it's 1-1-2. 76-60, 76-70, excuse me, 6-point lead for Philly. What a third period it's been for them. Maxwell blocked by Bobby Jones. Bobby Jones coming off his man to block the shot with 45 seconds. It's Bibby. And out of Hollins. Philly's been a very disciplined club in this third period, and they've taken the Celtics out of their game. As we say that, they throw the ball away with 35 seconds and a 6-point lead.
Well, he was taken out by Fitch because he wasn't handling the offense.
Henderson plays at the 40, tries a three-point shot, way off the mark. Bird, another offensive board. Great pass to Maxwell. Great pass to Maxwell. Bird had the presence of mind. He had three people around him. He knew someone was open, and he got it to the open man. At 76-72, Celtics down by 4 now. Jay with 5 seconds, with 4, with 3, with 2. He's going to have to go. Here he is. It won't count anyway. Token pressure. ML Carr's in the game. Roby's in the game, and Archibald's in the game now. Hollins missed the shot. Collins a rebound. And now to Archibald. Archie back in to run the show. Get it to ML Carr. Off the rim. Hollins with the basketball. Hollins, Dawkins, Jay, Bibby, and Bobby Jones for Philly. Archibald, Collins, Roby, Bird, and the shots by Lionel Hollins. And it's 78-72, Philly by 6. Tiny Archibald against Bibby. Roby against Bobby Jones. Cross court for, oh, what a pass.
In that.
Archibald penetrating.
See, that's not a good shot at all.
Irving cross court to Hollins in the lane, and Lionel, an offensive foul. Lionel Hollins, it'll be. He knows how important this game is, especially on Boston's floor. If he can break the home court advantage, big advantage to his Philly club. Archibald into Collins. Dave with a quick move, but he missed the hook shot and the rebound. Came off to Dr. J. Here he goes, flying to the basket. Whoa! Jammed by Dawkins. What a follow by Daryl Dawkins, and it's an 8-point Philly lead, their biggest lead of the game. 10:19 to play in the game. Boston has only scored 20 points in the second half. Make it 22 as Larry Bird beats Jay on the baseline. And Philly's lead is cut to 6 with 10 minutes to play in the game. Bobby Jones outside to Bibby. They're looking for Bobby Jones cutting inside. They can't get him the ball. Irving and Bird, one-on-one basketball, and Jay misses. Archibald went flying by Bobby Jones. Get it to Larry Bird. Reverse layup by the sensational rookie. And now, Caldwell Jones and Bobby Jones. Dawkins on the bench. Caldwell Jones playing in the middle. Dr. J inside for Bobby Jones.
Oh no, he walked out. Good call.
Bobby Jones.
It can't be a force out. It has to be a foul or a violation. And he walked out of bounds.
Philly cutting the ball. 9:13 to play in the game. Inside to Roby with Caldwell Jones, a left-handed hook. And the rebound and a loose ball foul on Collins. Bounce pass. Archibald to Collins. Dave to the basket. Missed it. Rebound to ML Carr. Pounded by Archibald. It got around the Bobby Jones pick. Fans wanted to carry that time. Bibby. Guarded by ML Carr. He's walking. Bibby walking with a basketball. ML Carr's playing at guard now with Archibald.
He said that in the interview that he might be used that way.
Bird. Larry Bird gets it down. The Celtics trail by only 2. 81-79. 8:24 to play in the game. Game 1 of this best-of-7 war. It's everything we expected it to be, Richie.
And more, and more.
Inside to James. Stolen by Larry Bird. And the Celtics with a chance to tie. Ball to ML Carr. Around Jay in the lane. Score!
This half, maybe 6.
They were only from the foul line. Well, they were 9 for 11 in the first half. Bobby Jones misses. ML Carr with a big rebound. And out of Archibald in a tie game of 7:38. Archie to Bird. Bird, a whistle before the shot. Henry Bibby. They're looking for Jay. Why not? Jay around Bird, a great move, but he missed his shot. Maxwell tipped it to Carr, who got it to Archibald. Bird running free, but Archie goes all the way and misses. And knocked out of bounds by Caldwell.
Sure.
Now Boston looking for the lead. Bird against Caldwell. Jones with 5 fouls. Terrific job by Caldwell.
The ball will not bounce in for them.
Jones played him as well as he could play him. Bibby lost it. Celtics look for the lead. 6:53 to play in the game. Jim Carvelis, Richie Powers. NBA playoff action. One of the most exciting times in sport. The miss and the rebound to Dawkins, and here comes Mo Cheeks, the quick Mr. Cheeks. Cheeks against Archibald. 6:27 to play. 12 seconds on the 24-second shot clock. Inside to Dawkins. He's fouled by Roby. Boston. Philly's got 2. Bobby Jones with a left hand. A beautiful shot by Bobby Jones. And it's Philly on top by 2. 83-81. 6:10 to play in the game. Bird to the basket. What a block by Caldwell Jones. A 2-on-1 break. Cheeks and Bibby. To Bibby. A great play by Maurice Cheeks. He drew the defensive man, a good pass to Bibby, and all of a sudden Philly up by 4.
Boston must have missed 6 or 7 shots now.
Bird again, and he made it. Almost walked that time.
Almost did. He expected Caldwell Jones to do what he did, and Caldwell went up to block it as he did before.
Bibby,
what a shot.
That might have been partially blocked, and he still got it down. And Henry Bibby's hit 2 big shots. And again, Philly by 4. Maxwell. And Dawkins blocked that jam. What a block by Dawkins.
And Cedric pats him on the keister.
Watch this. This is
I'm
incredible.
looking. Here he comes down the middle, and there's the big D waiting. Crush. And knocks it away.
Incredible. All right, back to the live action. Boston down by 4. Archibald spinning on Cheeks inside. What a move. The regular season games here, it wasn't even close. Boston blew out Philly. Not so tonight.
Jimmy, they don't count.
Dawkins from the baseline. Air ball. Missed everything except the hands of Cornbread Maxwell. And now Boston again looks for the lead. Roby against Dawkins. Good defense by Dawkins that time. He bothered Roby. Bibby stops, double teamed, and lets it go. With 4.5 minutes to play in the game. Larry Bird trying to tie. Bullseye! Larry Bird, he wanted that shot all the way, Richie. All the way. You knew he wanted to take the big shot. 88-88. Tie game. 4:12 to play. Inside Dawkins, the big guy, jams.
Whoa! He rattled that backboard that time.
And it's 90-88. The Celtics down to Philly by 2 with under 4 minutes to play. Archibald driving, and what's the call going to be? Offensive foul. Joe Gushu has made the... Philly by 2 with 3:49 to play. In for Dr. J, who's back in the game against Larry Bird. Into Bibby, lost it. Bibby was open, took his eye off the ball to see where the Boston players were and lost it. And now Archibald, the 4, a big shot. Missed it. Rebound. Roby saved it. Bird, another big shot. The game tied again. And Larry Bird hitting the big ones. 27 for Bird. 90-90 game. 3:09 to play. Dawkins muscling. And Daryl Dawkins down the stretch doing it for Philadelphia. He's got 21. Archibald knocked away by Hollins. And Jay threw it away. Dawkins made a great save. Another great play by Daryl Dawkins. Philly by 2 with 2:43. They just got it across.
Very close to a 10-second backcourt violation.
Hollins, no shot. Dawkins. He hit it again. Daryl Dawkins, 23. And the big half, but the second half has been his half. There's Bird and Irving on him tight. Bird's been hurting Philadelphia. Archibald from the outside. He's missed it. And the rebound to Lionel Hollins with 2:05 to play in the game. 2 minutes to play in the game. Bird is steal. Off the deflection by Maxwell. Cornbread. And it's going to be a minute 45 to play in the game. Keep in mind that three-point shot, if it comes from Boston, will probably come from Bird or Ford. Dr. J. Big jumper. Long rebound. Bibby. Big rebound by Henry Bibby. A minute 27 to play. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Hollins. J. Dawkins. Hollins, a 17-footer. Missed it. And Collins is fouled by Dawkins. It's Philly by 3 with 50 seconds. Archibald looking for the open man. Bird almost stolen. Get it back to Archie, blocked away. And Philly has the basketball. A great defensive play. And Philly with the ball in 38 seconds and a three-point lead. Out of Bibby and over to Irving. Jay Ford beat him to the spot. Got rid of it to Hollins. Blocked. Hollins got it back. Hollins missed it. Jay tips it high in the air, knocked out of bounds. It's going to be awarded to Boston. To Archibald. Bird set up in the corner. Collins thought about it. Ford will take it. Dr. J, a rebound that weighs a ton. And with 7 seconds, it's Philly having it knocked away. And Bird saved it. And threw it away at the buzzer. And that is it. That is it. Philadelphia with a sensational victory here in Boston in game 1 of this best of 7. And tonight, the 76ers did something they could not do the entire season. And that's beat Boston in Boston. But when it counted, they did it. 96-93 Philadelphia. All right, that's the end of the ball game. We'll be back with a wrap-up and then our star of the game. You're watching NBA World Champ Sixers, Dr. J, Julius Irving.